What's up everybody, my name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon, the crypto universe. Today is Wednesday, February 12th. In today's video, I want to talk about two different topics regarding dog Bitcoin. The number one thing I want to talk about is the opportunity to capture capital inflow from multi-chain layers such as Cardano, Solana, Ethereum, and many more. But also the second thing is addressing a lot of the concerns and a lot of the noise and FUD that's out there circulating across crypto Twitter. Now, you must be reading many different comments and many different opinions about how people feel about this, and I'm going to share with you and clarify what's really going on, because what we're going to do in this video is debunk a lot of those concerns and just share with you my personal opinion on what's actually happening. So let's go ahead and smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page and our X platform, and please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct message, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So check this out. So dog Bitcoin actually hit a 270 million market cap because this whole FUD storm that's been going on has sent some people a little concerned of what dog's Bitcoin's future is going to be like in the next coming weeks. So here I'm going to share with you my perspective on all of this. Now, let's look at dog Bitcoin right now. It's up 0.1% over the past 24 hours. Hasn't really gone up or down. I'm actually saying that we're getting close to GigaChad once again. GigaChad's actually falling down a little bit, and also ModCoin. So it seems like the meme coin market is ultimately being affected. Now, this is something of one of the concerns that people have shared, and that is regarding dog Bitcoin being on Solana. So some people have expressed that, oh my gosh, you're gonna list dog on Solana? Do you even know that Solana people are a whole bunch of pump and dump people? They're emotional, they're just gonna trash the token and just dump it once it goes on the market? Well, think of it like this. Leonidas wants this to be very clear, that dog will still be a Bitcoin rune token. A Solana bridge is no different than how you deposit dog or Bitcoin into a centralized exchange to trade it. They create a synthetic dog that you can trade in their database until you want to withdraw that back to Bitcoin for settlement. Solana is just another place to trade. So basically, the supply of dog does not change. It's always going to be 100 billion on Bitcoin runes, or the whole runes ecosystem, aka runes protocol. And whatever people are going to buy on these other exchanges or other layers such as Cardano, Solana, Ethereum, it's just going to be a wrapped version of that that's going to be a part of the supply on the runes protocol. Does that make any sense? But here's another thing. People think that, the Solana people are just going to dump this token. Well, let's go and look into how, say for instance, SPX performed. So SPX is actually an Ethereum-based token, but they also created wrapped tokens of SPX 6900 on two different layers, such as the base network and Solana. Now, what did that do when they offered those different chains the opportunity to buy the specific token on Ethereum? Believe it or not, SPX 6900 is ranked number 7 top meme coin across all blockchains. And you just saw that SPX 6900, because they were able to do a multi-chain exposure, they were able to be in that top 7 ranking. Now, this also could be driven by, obviously, Murad, who is the person that's been driving this coin, since he's the meme coin guru, quote unquote. And so that could be another thing that's also pushing this token up as well. But remember, everything about dog Bitcoin is actually, I think, prospectively much better than SPX 6900. It's the most decentralized coin out there. It's actually more decentralized than SPX 6900, and also it follows a free and fair movement, and it's built on Bitcoin's most secure and decentralized layer. So SPX 6900 doesn't have that. So I definitely think, because we're exploring for dog Bitcoin, this multi-chain route, it could be flipping major altcoins such as SPX 6900 and especially dogwifhat, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Another concern that I heard out there was on a Twitter space. Someone mentioned, oh my God, dog's gonna do what DeGods did back in the day. So if you don't know, a little bit of history for you. So DeGods was originally a Solana collection. I was there from the very beginning. And then they announced that they were gonna migrate over to Ethereum, like completely migrate. They're not creating some wrap version of their actual NFT on Ethereum. They completely migrated. But what happened was the collection went from around $3,000 US to up to $20,000 US once it migrated over to Ethereum. And the reason this collection dropped in price from 20,000 down to 9,000 and now today up to around 2,000 to 3,000 is because the artwork of season 3 was revealed and it was completely a huge disappointment to the community because they thought it was going to be better than the Dead Gods. So you can't really compare an NFT collection to a token. And so if anything, you should compare SPX 6900 to dog if you want to see how dog captures the multi-layer assets and also value from those different liquid pools on those different chains. Dog still remains one of the most #1 engaging communities out there based on Lunar Crush, okay? And this is not changed at all. Like, this is one of the top tokens in social media engagement, even flips SPX 6900 and Giga and Bog. And in other news, if you didn't know, Magic Internet Money, which is one of these old memes out there, one of the oldest memes on Bitcoin, is actually possibly providing an allocation to their 10K PFP collection to holders of DOG. So this is something that I love about it because they honor the free and fair movement. And that's something that I really appreciate it. If you don't know, they actually have a runes migration happening on February 18th from their BRC20 token. So that's absolutely bullish in my personal opinion. That's more liquidity and more activity in runes. And I hope that Wizards and Dog share a lot of the market share within runes. So I wouldn't mind if there was actually, I wouldn't call it competition, but a lot of market sharing together, if that makes any sense, which I think is absolutely healthy for all runes, and especially runes protocol. Now let's talk about something else that Leonidas said. Remember when I talked about dogwifhat? Well, Leonidas said, what if the top dog coin on Bitcoin bridged some liquidity to Solana, then flip the #1 top dog Solana coin, which is dogwifhat? And so if you're looking at dogwifhat, if you didn't know, if you look at its market cap, it used to be over $4 billion at a certain point, has dropped over close to 90% in its value, and is below $1 billion. That's a huge significant drop for an over $4 billion meme coin. Now, I just want to remind everybody that Dog Bitcoin has no tier 1 centralized exchange listing. dogwifhat has plenty of centralized exchange listings on major things such as Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, Crypto.com, all those things. Dog Bitcoin has 0 of those things. So it had almost close to around a 999 million market cap, now hovering around a 290 million market cap. So it is a drop, but it isn't that big considering that there is no centralized exchange listing. Now, if you look at the top dog meme coins and top 3 meme coins across all blockchains, Dog has so much potential to not only just capture Solana and Ethereum liquidity, but also Cardano and many other chains that are going to be in the works. You'll see a lot of that market share captured into Dog. And that will give centralized exchange listings a reason to list Dog, which will then increase the percentage of Dog much higher. Remember, runes only make up 0.02%. These are the top 3 runes of Bitcoin's market share. And that's roughly around $1.9 trillion at the time of this recording. Now, I think that we're definitely going to be flipping dogwifhat pretty soon. So I want you to bookmark this message. Who knows if this happens within the next month or 2 months, but this could happen really quick. It's not much to catalyze that event. Now, another thing I want to talk about is Odin.Fun, another catalyzing event for runes, because just recently on the Ord Revolution show, which I'll post the link on the upper right hand side on YouTube, you won't see that on Twitter, but this interview with Bob Bodley, he mentions that basically Solana users can buy Bitcoin meme coins within 30 seconds by just converting with their Phantom wallet, converting their Solana tokens into Bitcoin, then using that Bitcoin to deposit into Odin.Fun, and then using that Bitcoin that's deposited in Odin.Fun to buy your favorite runes. So soon, the OG rune, such as Dog, will be implemented into this marketplace, and you'll be able to buy it with ease and with quick lightning fast speed. Now, let's talk about 4 different bridges that was just announced yesterday. Okay, so there's going to be Dog on a Solana, Dog on Cardano, Dog on Ethereum, and Dog on Hyperliquid. These will allow all these different dexes and also layers of these different chains to have access to buying the runes protocol Dog in their $100 billion supply. So people have been wondering, is Dog's market cap going to tank once we see these different layers or these different chains have access to buying Dog? And I'm going to tell you straight up because you need to hear this. Dog is already bottomed out. So if you're thinking that Dog's going to go lower, it's not. What's going to happen is that you're going to see Dog being available to these other chains, and what you're going to see is even if just 5% of these different users on these different chains were to garner exposure and buy Dog, it will increase the price of Dog and the market cap of Dog. That's just kind of how it works. That's how liquidity flows. Right now, Dog has experienced a low, and that's all runes holders, right? These are not people who bought it on Solana or these other chains. The current market cap of Dog is based on people who bought Dog through all the quirks and UI UX experiences through Magic Eden, through OKX Wallet. That's been priced in already. So the only way that I see this is that Dog is going to go up once this does launch on these different chains. And Leonidas and I want to remind everybody that this is not a migration to other chains. It's just a two-way bridge, no different than how wrapped Bitcoin can be traded on every chain. This is about giving Dog a massive liquidity injection and putting tens of millions of new buy buttons in front of people. So what you're going to see is that right now, this is the price of Dog with the whole runes holders. There's nobody else. So once you see all these other holders of Cardano, Solana, Ethereum have exposure to this, it's going to have more liquidity inflowing, and that will send the price going up. That's just my perspective of what's actually going going to happen. So this is why it could follow the same leeway as Floki and Pepe over the next month of February through March. I do not believe that we're in an altcoin bear market. I still believe that we're in altcoin season. There's a lot of manipulation going on out there to shake you out of your bags. And as whales and sharks, this is when we buy. We buy this all the time. We never buy when things are pumping. We always buy things when they're dumping. Even when it continues to dump, we continue to buy. That's how we make money in this game. So I actually have a meeting following up today with a hedge fund, so I have to get to this very quickly, so I don't want to waste any time. So I hope that this video has been very helpful. But today we're going to plan a strategic acquisition plan for Bitcoin in their portfolio and their balance sheets. And we're going to discuss how those funds are going to be executed. If it's going to be in the next month, next 2 months, next 3 months, next 4 quarters, we're going to see how that goes. Okay, so we'll keep everybody updated as much as possible, but I got to get out of here and get right to this meeting. So as always, if you support this channel, please smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page and our X platform to receive all of our alpha calls and trades regarding Dog on the Moon. Till then, see you guys girls next time.